by the shore. I'm holding on, diving in into my emotion. Hear me cry, tears are falling from the sky. Don't give in, sometime we'll get up and fly. The waves come crashing down. Stand up, don't fall and drown. There's nothing that I want more than for you to catch me by the shore.
Welcome everybody to the Saginaw Valley Pros versus Joe's Rocket League event. For anybody joining us on stream, not down here in the Student Life Center, it is a community event. I'm Andrew. I'm here joined with my fellow caster Trevor, who will explain a little bit more about the event.
Yeah, so today we're just hosting a nice little fundraising event for the First Ward Community Center. They're a local Saginaw-based community center, and they're hoping to get their toes wet in a little bit of some esports equipment gaming stuff. So we're hoping to raise some funds for them today. So we're just going to be doing some pros versus Joes. We have 6 SVSU staff and faculty members, and they will be up against 6 of our own esport pros here that play for both Rocket League and other teams. So it will be a 2 versus 2 format today. And in order to help the Joes out, we are doing some prop donations if you are here in person donating to help the Joes further with things like not allowing the Joes or the pros to boost, jump. The Joes will be able to steal players as well from the pro side of things, just to make it a little bit more fair, right? Because, I mean, they're pros after all, right?
That is true. It is most certainly could use some extra help. We have a couple of fun things, including if a certain amount gets donated, certain SVSU staff member might receive some shaving cream to the face.
Yes.
A personal favorite, a personal wish is to see that occur. I gotta say, for anybody unfamiliar with Rocket League, it is best summed up in about 2 words: car soccer. That's about as simple as you can make it. You'll be driving around in a car. There will be a really huge soccer ball. Your goal: simply put it in the other person's net. It's that simple.
Yeah, but it's turbocharged car soccer in a way as well, because there's things like boost. Cars can fly through the air as well, so it's not like your regular derby car soccer where there's just a bunch of beat up cars hitting a inflated ball around. No, it's some pretty intense stuff. So there's a lot of depth to the game that can happen here, more so than just normal car soccer.
Driving on the walls tends not to happen in real life. Tends not to happen. So we'll be excited to see some of that going on here tonight.
Yeah. So going into this first game, what are your general overall feeling on the whole pros versus Joes? Who do you think is going to come out on top? So just to clarify, we have 3 separate games. Each one is a best of 3. So the first person to win 2 games is going to be crowned the victor tonight for that game, right? And then, so 3 separate 2v2s. And then at the end of that, either the Joes will have won 2 games or the pros will have won 2 games. So where do you think this is all going to end up?
I gotta say, I think it's gonna be a little bit closer than one might expect. I've heard some talk amongst some of the Joes, some of our staff members, about some of the strategies they are going to be employing. There's something about using that donation to steal a pro player. And one of the fun things, the pro players who are donated to be put on the Joe side will not have any of the negative effects of the donations.
Yeah. Those negative effects, I mean, they can really pile up. I mean, we talk about how it's turbocharged car soccer. Well, what happens if you take out the turbocharge of it, right?
And you're just a car.
It will just be normal cars. So it can really hinder the pros, but the Joes, they might need that in order to win.
They might. My personal prediction, it's going to go to a game 3. It's probably going to go 1-1 in the first 2.
Okay.
That's my personal prediction. We'll see.
We'll see. As a member of esports here in general, my heart's really with the pros, but I want the Joes to come out on top here because, I mean, it'd be quite the upset that really give it a nice depth here.
Who doesn't like a good underdog story? I believe we will be getting into the match pretty soon here. It's been exciting. We've talked about it in the esports program for a while. It's been pretty hype. So a little bit of we had a meeting or two. There was some talk between the pros and Joes. So there's a little bit riding on the line. There's a bit of honor, mayhaps some bragging rights. Yeah, there's been some trash talk. It's been a lot of fun. And
we will be getting into game 1 here shortly. If I'm not mistaken, it is going to be Brian and Eric versus Brendan and Bennett. So Brian and Eric are going to be our Joes for game 1 here, and Brendan and Bennett are going to be pros.
I believe the pros will be in blue and our Joes will be in red. So that'll be kind of whatever side you want to vote for. Now you know. You got to see him popping in the bottom there, getting ready for the game. You can kind of see the field, those little yellow spots on the ground where you get your extra boost. See here, starting off. It's going to be a heck of a match. Pros here. Or maybe it might just be figuring some stuff out. I'm not quite sure what happened.
You know what? I think the pros might just be thinking that they're getting a little overconfident already. They're like, just give them the first one for free.
Hey,
I think you're kind of foolish to do that right off the start. But again, with some of those prop donations, right now they have no jumping, no boost already. We had some preloaded prop donations come in.
that was one of the things considered.
Yeah.
You can donate ahead of time, and if you donate like a couple of bucks for no boost, you can just have the pros not use boosting, jumping, or anything for the entire game. I think maybe 2 own goals might have been scored right off the bat. I'm not quite sure.
That could be what's going on here.
We'll
There's
see.
some own goals going on, so they're just giving them to him. Now we're actually going to get started. The pros hitting the ball. It looks like they were able to already steal a player.
They stole a player right off the bat. Oh no!
That's already going on. Also, there's some prop donations where they have to actually get out of their seat and go high five people out in the audience.
That's true. That might be what we saw for those first couple. I believe there is a cap on the number of goals that you get before the game ends. I thought it was 3 or 4 here. We'll see.
But finally, off to a great kickoff right here to start. Neutral ball right here. The pros kind of having a hard time. Their controller might be upside down. You never know. But I'm sure they'll be able to hit it eventually.
There were a number of things that made it infinitely harder to play the game with one hand, upside down controller. Pros not looking like pros right now. I suppose that'll happen when you aren't holding onto your controller.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how good you are if you're playing upside down with one hand. I mean,
though honestly, it is looking pretty even. Maybe they are overcoming it. As you can see, Joe's here doing a very good job. Kind of have control of the ball. Fighting for it, for sure. Getting in there. Oh, you can see.
Lined up for that shot. Wasn't able to get it in, though. It's all right. Still on the Joe's side of the court. They're going to be kicking it on over to the pros. Let's see how the pros deal with this offense.
I don't know. Looking pretty close here. Trying to get a shot on net. I think one of the biggest things for the pros is going to be defense. How well they can stop the pros from just scoring repeatedly. And ball's been active for a couple of minutes here, or a good minute and a half with nothing really going on. Both teams playing pretty well here.
Yeah, I think the Joes are honestly having some really good defense here, not allowing the pros to really get in. But the pros are going to be taking a shot. Apex Jesus is not going to be able to make it into that goal on their first attempt, but it's okay. There's still a solid 3.5 minutes left here. Let's see how the Joes are going to clear this ball from their side of the court. A little bit of collisions happening.
Lining up, you can see they kind of trading back and forth on who has control over the ball. Very intense shot up into the air for the Joes. Going in barely off the crossbar. That'll be an extremely close miss from the Joes. Will give possession over to the pros as they dribble it down court for a shot. That will be the first one for the pros. Yeah. Very well done. Very well
Open
done.
goal there. The Joes really just had to make sure that their rotations are right on time there to have a defense ready to block that ball. But, I'm sure that they'll be able to adapt to that. They'll know that they need to get back to that goal. The ball can switch possession quite fast in Rocket League.
Honestly, a lot of how Rocket League works does transition from regular soccer pretty well in terms of trying to dribble the ball, pass to your teammates, possession, and all that. If you didn't know anything about soccer, that can help. I think maybe the pros studied up. Yeah. Huge shot there, taking the defense off guard, almost tying it up 2-3 at this point. Joe's still up 1.
Yeah. Like I said, though, there's a lot of room for improvement here, right? The Joes haven't played this game a whole lot. I'm sure they practiced going into this, but, as the 5 minutes tick down, I'm sure we'll see a lot more scores happening on their side of things, much like that, right at the start of the kickoff. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication from the pros there on who was going to get it, but it looks like it may have just been a miss. And again, when you have an upside-down controller and we're playing with one hand, it's a lot harder to actually get that kickoff. So
very huge play there, getting to the ball and putting it right up for a goal to start. Kind of realizing that the pros were in a bad spot. You see from the start here, pros kind of have a good kickoff going, trying to make something work towards their side of the goal. Oh, demolition! If you hit the car right in the back, going fast enough, you can just explode the car of your opponent. That's what we saw there, lining up an attack, taking out one of the Joe's defense, so they can get in there and make this shot. Solid shot from pros.
Halfway into this game right now, 2.5 minutes on the clock there, and it's a 3-4. It's a fairly close game. But if you take into account the 2 free goals that the Joes got right at the start, it's not looking too great. E.T., the greatest defense of all time. He was calculating that. He was ready for that kickoff. He knew exactly where that was going to end. but he was able to clear the ball from their side of the court, so it's going to stay there for a little while.
Ooh, pops it right over the Joes. That'll be huge, tying it up 4-4. You saw some incredible defense from the start, but once the pros got going, oh, what an angle. Huge shot there from Nova.
Incredible, yeah.
Making it work. Again, Joe's, we see some flashes of brilliance on the defense, but they got to keep it up. Maybe start launching an offense or two. It is tied up. They do have to make something work. Oh, close miss there. We'll put it on the pro side.
Yeah, let's see how these pros are going to react on the defensive side. We have ET kind of looking to just play this defensive side and
holding down the fort.
It's quite a strategy, right? But then you got to remember that
close miss.
Yeah, it's
on the defense. That'll be another one for pros.
Yeah. So the strategy it looks like the Joes are employing here is to just kind of put one on offense, one on defense. But then a lot of the times what will happen there is you'll see that, you know, the 1-on-2 offense is quite hard to win, and then the 1-on-2 defense is even harder to win. So in this 2v2 format, you really do got to group up and play with your team member as much as possible.
You can see some of the teamwork here from the pros circling around the ball like vultures, trying to find the hole in the defense. Both of the Joes go up for a block. Don't quite. Oh, it's the fit. So close. It'll roll in from Nova. What a shot. Finding the gap.
Yeah, 3 minutes, just a little over into this game, and the pros have finally found their way out of the deficit and are now finally up 2 goals. We might need a couple of those donations to come in on the side of the Joes to really help them out, get some more of those free goals coming in their way. That'll really help them out in this situation. Gonna be scoring in on that open net right from kickoff.
Those have been huge. That's the second one that the Joes have pulled off from this position. Yeah. Huge from the pros. Yeah. Looks like they got donated. You can see waiting around at the spawn there.
Yeah.
Solid donation timing.
You know, I'm sure a lot of this, the prop donations going on here might just really be messing up the pros kickoff. You know, typically you don't see a pro miss a kickoff like that, but it's going to be quite difficult if you're only playing with one hand or it's upside down, right? You think you got to, you know, dodge one way, but you got to actually go the other.
Got to go the other. Very solid. Finding the footing a little bit more so. Trying to get it in. There we go. Huge teamwork from the pros putting it in. Keeping that lead, but the Joes have been fighting. Joes have made it an absolute battle. Finding some footing. They got to keep up with some of those goals that they're getting. Taking advantage of when the pros are off their rhythm.
You know, I really like what you had to say that you thought it'd be a close game. I was kind of a bit of a doubter, but seeing this go on right now, it's a lot closer than I thought it would be. However, regular Nova going to be hitting that ball in right from the start. Got to make sure that the Joes just aren't leaving that net open. You know, a pro Rocket League player, they're going to be able to take advantage of that every time.
Oh, yeah. I'm interested to see how they're going to try to adapt here. Of course, players can talk to each other. Want to see what their strategy. You saw the one on defense, one on offense for the Joes there for a bit. How are they going to change it up? Both defense, both offense. We'll see. Looks like pretty offensive from both there. Trying to make something work. Get in there. You can see Turtling on the back. All the pros trying.
Oh,
that might have been a donation.
I don't know. Sure. Yeah.
See Professor X juking out the pro.
I would never
shot in the corner, has control.
Never expect that in a million years to see a juke like that, especially from the side of the Joes. You know, maybe the pros pull something off like that, but
pros clearing the ball. Shot on net. Regular Nova backing up into the goal. Tearing away a little bit, but you can see a little bit more from the Joes. You can see a couple of their breakaways towards the net, faking out the defense. I like what I'm seeing. Definitely not out of the woods yet. So got to get some donations in there. Maybe switch a player at the last minute. That might do it.
That would definitely, you know, make this a little bit closer of a game if you're able to buy one of those pros. Although, I would probably do that more closer to the start since it lasts the whole game. But it looks like we're going to see Apex Jesus here turtling around.
Trying to get something
done.
You have different physics when you're on your back. Maybe trying to juke out the Joes. Almost, that will be a breakaway. Can they put it in the net? Professor X going around for it. Off the wall. Will pop up, see if ET can capitalize. You can see sharking around, trying to make something work. Professor X. Both trying to get to the ball in time. Teamwork.
Ooh, that's
got
there. Open goal.
Just through the defense. Putting in one more. 6 seconds left on the clock. It's looking pro. It is looking that direction.
At least for this game one. Yeah, it's looking like it'll go pro. I mean, who knows? Maybe we can get some last second donations coming, get those own goals. If I'm not mistaken, the timer doesn't actually start ticking down until that ball gets touched.
That's true. It has to touch the ground once it hits 0. There's a bit of an overtime. And again, this is a best 2 out of 3 between each, and a best 2 out of 3 for the whole each match, each fight. Pros will take game 1. Let's see if the Joes can come back.
Yeah, I'd like to see some of those like adaptations, right, that we were talking about a little bit. You know, maybe playing a bit more together on the Joe side of things. Maybe that's kind of what they're thinking about strategizing in there amongst themselves, is talking about how exactly are we going to play together as a team. You know, we see all the pros doing a lot of setups, a lot of passes on their side of things. But the Joes were kind of just going for the ball at the same time, and at higher levels of Rocket League, that can kind of be the difference maker.
Yeah.
Having those set positions is just a really helpful thing to have.
I do like a little bit more of what I see. Some of the team play aspects there. Saw ET waiting around, waiting for Professor X to line up a shot. I don't know. I'd like to see a little bit more. I think particularly the playing one-handed, that might be the worst of the worst.
I think if you get a one-handed upside down,
you're not even a pro at that point.
No.
At that point, you might as well be a like randomly number generated input. I don't know. You're just not doing much of that.
Ooh, starting off game 2 with an amazing shot on the goal. However, Apex Jesus is going to be able to save it. One of the Joes. It looks like he's still going for that turtle strategy. You know, they're having a little bit of fun with it. But again, it only takes a couple scores from the Joes to really make them scared of what's going to happen.
See Professor X getting a touch on the ball there. Up towards the Joe's net. We'll see, trying to make it work. Going for a little bit more boost. Make the shot a bit easier. Still turtling. Going up maybe for an aerial shot. We'll see. Joes have got to get on this ball. Oh, you can see a little bit of a demo attempt there. Professor X going up to the wall. Lots of speed there. If he can get a shot on it, it will clear to the other side. So he has some possession of it. ET waiting for the opportunity to go in.
It's going to take
bounce just over.
Just really going to miss. And it looks like Apex Jesus is going to take advantage of that. Try to get it in the goal. Is he going to make it? He is.
Really
the
close.
Joes try to get a save on that. Just might not have made it there in time. But to be fair, this is a dirty shot.
From the air.
Don't have any other way to describe that other than just like filthy, straight up.
Oh, what? From the air, hardest thing to defend.
Yeah.
Hardest thing to defend.
Especially for these Joes here who I've probably never seen that before. I don't even know if they knew that was possible.
I don't think so either. That might have been created here on the spot. See Professor X kind of shadowing, making sure to hold the space a little bit. Dark Nova will clear it. Professor X coming back, popping it up in the air. Got to get it cleared down the field here. Oh, just barely missing. You can see Nova trying to make something work. Go up in the air towards the side of the pros, over towards their net. Professor X gets a touch on the ball. Spin around here. Not quite getting it. Nova keeping it up in the air. Professor X can't get up to it. Although, ET at the right moment, but not quite the right angle. Very close. You can see Professor X smashing into Nova there, taking eye off the ball, circling around, trying to get something to work. Professor X. This is huge. Keeping it on the pro side of the board. You can see him scrambling a little bit. Professor X going all the way up on the wall, trying to get there. ET's trying to make something work. See what Apex can do here.
It's on the Joe side of the court. They're kind of just dancing around here. They're just going to get a bit of a touch. Will the Joes be able to clear this and put it back on the offensive for them? Or will it stay on their side? Just a little bit too early on that jump there. We're having a fun time on the Joe side of things. They are going to be able to clear it, though. Send it over to the pro side of the field. Will the pros be able to defend it? They will not. The Joes
will tie it up 1-1. What a shot.
What a shot. Yeah, 2.5 minutes into this the second game here. It is going to be 1-1.
Keeping it close here. Really solid. You saw that there was a long time in between goals there.
Yeah.
That was a heck of a battle.
Maybe got a couple of those donations. The no boost, no jump. You know, controller upside down. Right at the kickoff, it's going to be put on the pro side of the field. They're going to kind of be put on the back foot here as they're on the defensive side. However, it looks like they're doing a nice job clearing that ball, trying to keep it towards the outskirts of the field. Joe's going to be keeping the pressure up, however. The Pro is going to be clearing it a little bit, putting it on the Joe side of things. Let's see if they're going to be able to get back on the defensive side in time and stop them from scoring this goal. Professor X climbing on the walls. What a save from Professor X. Is he going to be able to do it again?
So close.
Oh, Apex Jesus going to be scoring that goal, but the Joes really had a play there. Yeah. They were climbing on the walls like the pros were. I was not expecting to see that, but man.
I dare say I'm shocked. Professor X looking like a completely different player game 2. Climbing up the walls, clearing the ball down court. Really well played there.
Yeah.
We'll see. But again, kickoffs has kind of been where the Joes have been finding a lot of their mileage. Pros keeping it up in the air. Shot on goal, probably go off the crossbar. Ever so barely. See Professor X on the ball. Definitely the offensive player for the team. Juking out here, trying to get around. What a shot! Juking it. I can't believe this.
This is the second time I feel like we've seen Professor X completely juke out one of the pros. I mean, that is just something else. I am not sure if I would have, again, ever expected that. That's what I'm learning today is a lot of this stuff, they're adapting pretty fast to things that I just wouldn't think that they'd be able to. I mean, I think at this point, they're doing better than I would do. That's saying
far
something.
beyond.
Yeah.
I've been playing video games my whole life, and I wouldn't come close to this. Huge plays here from the Joes. You see Professor X causing maybe causing the pros to sweat a little bit here. Might have to pull out some strategies trying to find something. Nova going for the turtle strat. See ET on the ball. Solid defenses. Always trying to set up Professor X here.
What a pass, actually, from ET to Professor X. He knows that Professor X is just this offensive monster, going to be able to score the goal. So ET's like, look, man, I'll just pass it to you. You do whatever you need to get it away from our goal.
Really close shot on net there from the pros. You can see them circling around the ball, trying to set up a play. Shot up in the air, getting it over the Joes' heads. That is where the pros are finding a lot of their mileage, keeping it in the air. I think they're a little bit more comfortable up there. See ET trying to figure out how to get up and defend that a little bit on their own. Shot towards goal. That will put it back in the favor of the pros.
Again, Apex Jesus just showing us a couple of these dirty angles that he has. You know, he's quite the player. I wasn't expecting this out of, you know, the non-Rocket League player for the team, but he's got some really good angles. He's got some really good air movement. Let's see how the Joes are going to be able to do against it at this kickoff, though.
As mentioned, not all the Rocket League pros here are on the Rocket League Esports team. A couple are from some of the other esports team we have. I believe we have 2 of them from the Valorant team, who also play a little bit of Rocket League on the side. So getting a little bit more representation for the program from a couple people. Definitely some solid shots here as the time ticks down towards 20. Professor X flying around the stadium. I haven't seen a movement like this all game from anybody on the field. Oh, I think some donos came in.
Some donos.
The pros weren't moving.
Definitely came in.
Maybe some high fives last minute. Professor X will be able to tie it up. Huge, putting it in the goal. 3-3, 11 seconds on the clock. Can the Joes bring it back here in game 2?
What do you think? Are we going to see a game 3? 10 seconds left on the clock. However, if they keep that ball up in the air, it will open up some more opportunities. Professor X coming in to save it. He says, no, we are going to game 3. We're going to see a little bit of overtime, maybe?
Right at the end. Ooh, close miss. And that'll put it in overtime. Next goal wins it.
Let's see. Right off the start, going to be putting the Joes on the back foot, put the ball on their side of the field. Let's see how they're going to react to this. Apex Jesus kind of centering the ball for the pro.
Ooh, just wrong timing there. Right spot, wrong timing. We'll give it over to Professor X. Taken back by the pros. Switching back and forth. Pros, Joes, pros, Joes. No one can get a solid grasp on the ball. Dark Nova making it close. See, trying to dribble, taking control of it. Professor X is there to steal it, though. No boost. But, oh, there we go. Keeping it back on the side of the Joes. Scrambling here. They got to clear it out. Professor X got the ball. The mechanical adaptation and growth here we see just in, of course, this match. Professor X has warmed up.
Ooh, what is going on? It looks like that they might have to be giving some high fives here, leaving the goal open.
Might be high fives. Oh no, they got it open.
Will he be able to get it in?
It's so close. Barely off the side.
It's lined up perfectly.
Can Professor X put it in? It's rolling towards Professor X.
Let's go,
The
Joes.
shot. That'll be a huge donation right at the end there to secure the win for the pros.
Maybe going to
Game three. Game 3 here. And just in the first match already, a game 3. Winner will be Joe's.
What do you think going into game 3 here? I've seen some great adaptations from Professor X. I wouldn't be surprised if, he shows up to Rocket League tryouts next fall semester.
I was going to mention.
What's up?
Huge.
You guys looking for what do they call Supersonic Legend? Is that the highest rank in this
Legend,
game?
That's the highest rank.
Yeah,
Yep.
he'll be that. Give him 3 months.
3 months. There you go. Wow. I don't know. If I was the pros, I'd be sweating. I would be bringing out the plans, the strategy book, trying to find something because the Joes are kind of running circles at this point around him.
Can only imagine the pop-off, that
Yeah.
could have been happening between those Joes there. Again, like I said, the pros kind of just writing them off, having a little bit of fun. Who cares if I just turtle for a couple minutes?
Nope.
The Joes do, and they're going to take
They're there.
advantage of that.
They're there. Pros underestimating a little bit. We'll see. Going to a game 3. That's always one of the more exciting aspects, of competition. Going to a game 3, going to the last game of the series, tied up, and we will get directly into it. Huge kickoff right at the start for the pros. That'll put in 3 seconds. Put a goal in the net. Going up 1-0 right at the start. Huge shot there from Regular Nova.
Can you put it in? Again, some of those kickoffs, right? If they're not, upside down, one-handed, they're going to be deadly if the Joes don't figure out how to adapt and deal with those.
The Joes
like
like some
this.
good ones that are all. Oh my gosh, 2 in a row. Other one from Apex here. What a shot.
Just hitting that one in, yeah. The Joes maybe need to have that adaptation for those kickoffs. We see the pros really starting to take advantage of that.
We did see ET on the defense. That might be it. That might be the application.
Yeah, it's true. Oh yeah, from game 1.
In game 1, there was a couple of very solid saves there.
Yeah, but got a solid kickoff here. Could be anyone's goal this time around.
ET going on the offensive, switching roles. Professor X on the defense here. You see, waiting for an open shot, slamming into the pro, throwing off the rhythm. See ET and Regular Nova dancing around here.
I think Regular Nova has finally caught on. Professor X is that offensive monster. If I just demo him and get him away from the ball, what could happen, right?
That might be one of the strategies of the pros. They see the star player, gotta focus it. Gotta focus it. ET here on the support, trying to keep solid track of it. Rotating back towards the net. Will have somewhat of an open goal here. Popping it up in the air. Might go in. Will float in. Regular Nova putting in the shot there. See a little bit more focus from the pros here. They said no more.
Yeah.
No more. Time to go pro.
Seeing a lot of goals coming out. I mean, a minute in, 3 goals already scored on the side of the pros.
Is that
Am I reading that correctly?
is that a pie Jason?
Is Jason about to get pied? Hold on.
Is that pie Jason? Oh, the $100 donation I think might have come in.
One of the pros shouldn't be playing right now because they are putting some whipped cream in a pie tin, and they're going to go pie Jason. I heard, though, that Jason, he's a bit of a trickster, right? So he might have to go to the bathroom first, or he might be a little hungry, so it might take a little while to actually get him pied. So in the time being, we're going to have only one pro playing against the 2 Joes, and
Unless I'm misreading. I see both the pros playing right now.
he might have already been pied.
It might have come up that fast. Little might have caught on to Jason's shenanigans earlier. Not quite sure.
But we have both of the pros finally playing again. Seeing a little bit of battle going on this Joe side of the field on the wall. Will they be able to clear from the goal, or will it just slowly dribble right on in?
Ooh, it's close.
Ooh, it's close. However, the pros not going to be able to quite hit that shot, but still going to be on the Joe side of the court. They still have to clear this. It's going to be an open net for them. Professor X, all he has to do is follow up with his hit, get the ball,
Oh,
and
it bounces over. It's so close. Will get some defense coming in, but here's ET. Professor X. Both of them on the ball. Keeping it close here. Oh, you can see the clear, but Regular Nova making it tough. Immaculate defense here from the pros. Driving backwards to stop Professor X. Can't get a hold of the ball.
yeah, one of those
Finally
unwritten rules of Rocket League right there, just coming into effect. If you don't know, if you ever clash with somebody else in Rocket League,
You just stay.
you're stuck.
It's a little bit of a culture thing there.
So
Little
I don't
behind the scenes.
don't know who broke through that one first though to begin with. It might have been one of the Joes, just not sure about that unwritten rule of
I don't
Rocket
know.
League.
I don't know if it applies if you're driving backwards. That might be.
No,
that
is it
might be
only
what
side
is.
to side?
Maybe.
Okay.
That might be it. That might be it. We'll see. Over on the Joe's side of the court here, ET coming in for some defense, just causing mayhem, hitting both of the pros, letting Professor X kind of break away. Going on the wall, the control here is immaculate. ET here to support, going up.
Setting up. Oh, is gonna actually pass it to the pros though. Let's see how the pros are gonna react to this. Put it back on the Joe side of the court. They are up 3-0 right now. Only a minute and 45 seconds left on the clock for the Joes to be able to try to get some of these goals in.
Pros is playing some very, very solid offense here, keeping it on that side of the court. Best defense is offense, you know.
Yeah.
Best offense, best defense.
Yeah.
Something like that.
You can't get a goal on you if it's not on your side of the field, right?
Exactly. Pros doing a good job keeping it over on the Joe side of the court. Taking it up in the air. Again, this is where they like to be. Pros just keep popping it up in the air. Professor X can get on the wall, but flying through the air, not yet mastered that one. Very close to. I believe we saw ET trying it at the start for a second. Huge demo from Professor X that'll put a player out of the game for a second. Maybe give the Joes some time to put it in. Shot on goal there from Apex. Another demo from Professor X.
He is out.
I haven't seen this.
I don't know, man. First of all, he starts juking the pros left and right. Now he's had enough. He's demoing.
Now this. You can see it does slowly start to roll over towards the pro side. They missed the ball. Setting up for Professor X. Getting it into the corner. Finally, the pros are popping it up in the air as the timer ticks down towards 35 seconds. Very close. ET here trying to cause a little bit more mayhem. You can see Apex a little bit more towards net. Professor X trying to drive backwards strategy. Huge block there from ET. Putting it up into the side. Oh, the demo coming through.
Regular Nova kind of remembering what happened to him and just sending it back over to Professor X. You know, that offensive monster that we've talked about. However,
couple of huge
10 seconds.
Not much time left on the clock. Professor X popping it up in the air. Maybe for an aerial shot here. Flip reset off the ceiling. Nope, not quite.
Not going to happen. Looks like pros are going to take game 2.
That'll be it.
Yeah, that was a good first game, though.
Game 3. That first game of the match. Very well. Went very well. Went very well.
You know, the Joes were able to take one of the games.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
That'll keep it interesting. Will keep it interesting.
Yeah.
I was very excited by some of the moves Professor X is pulling off.
Yeah.
You saw the adaptation. I think this is going to be a running theme throughout the event as the Joes get a little bit more comfortable with the controls, getting set on how things could work, finding some strategies that work. I think we'll see a little bit more of that. I think we'll see a little bit more adaptation. I'd like to say.
I believe we are.
Very solid game from both there.
From
Very
both
solid
of
game.
them, yeah. So
Absolutely.
another thing to note as well. So Brian, Professor X, was kind of always going to be doing this. However, Dr. Eric Trump, kind of a last minute addition.
That's true.
ET. So he actually didn't have quite as much time to prepare for this event, but still came in. Was being
welcome. Come take a seat. Come take
yeah.
a seat.
Just one.
Just one there.
Yeah.
Sweet. I think so. At least
Then we have.
You want to take a seat,
Dr. Brian,
brother? It's
yeah.
kind of the star of the show.
Yeah, Dr. Brian. We were kind of blown away. We just we don't have a lot of room here. So where's the
Big
setup?
fellas, big fellas. Should be able to squeeze all three of us in
Yeah.
there. So, talk to me. First off, strategies going into it. Any preparation work that you did? Because to us, you looked all like a pro.
It was all about preparation.
Yep.
Hours and hours and hours of preparation. We prepared the appropriate trash talk so that they would be intimidated. We pointed out that grades could potentially be impacted and that they,
Hey, there you
wanted
go.
to have a successful future career. And, use every advantage we had to make that.
Yeah. We
So
definitely
we didn't
saw
lose
some-
too bad.
Yeah. Hey, a game 3 against some really good players, that's quite impressive. I was seeing a lot of an adaptation coming through from you. Did you notice any of that, or what were your
I mean,
thoughts on that?
I think that's very generous of you to say adaptation. That's floundering might be a word that I would also use to describe the irregular behavior that we sometimes exhibited. But adaptation, we can go with yours.
There
Some
were
of
some
the-
moments where
along
you
the
were
wall.
juking the opponents out, right? You were dribbling the ball, they would go to dodge into it to try to hit it one way, and you'd hit it the other.
I appreciate your description of my unpredictable behavior as being intentional. But
Very much appreciated. That was one of the things
Yeah.
we were wondering about.
Yeah.
Was some of that. I believe we will have the next match starting here in just a second.
Thank you so
Very much
much.
appreciate
All
having
right.
you on, Professor
yeah,
X.
no, thanks a lot for doing this.
Absolute delight. We
That
were
was a lot of
talking whether or not you were going to come to tryouts. I suppose you're still probably considering that. We'll leave it up in the air.
I'll think about it.
Think
I'll
about
think about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you again so much.
All right.
Huge thanks, Professor X, for coming down for the interview. Getting into game 2 in just a second here.
Yeah.
I
believe,
what's the match looking like? What's the match looking like?
The next matchup is going to be Riley, the student engagement office.
you want to talk anything else?
We're all good. Riley from the student engagement office, as well as Officer Barber, a police officer here for SVSU, and they will actually be playing up against Bobby, the Rocket League captain,
Ooh,
and
tough match.
Jeff, one of the other call-in players from the Valorant team. However, no slouch. Apex Jesus was also a call-in, but he was hitting some pretty dirty shots. So it's going to be another great matchup, I believe.
We'll see. I'm personally excited. We have staff from all. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah,
Man,
they're
from all across SVSU
Yeah.
here. Exciting stuff. I'm intrigued to see. We saw Apex going a little crazy.
yes.
I'm interested to see how the other call-in's gonna do, because if it's anything like that's just basically another Rocket League player at that point. That's just
Yeah.
another pro.
Oh yeah, he
So
was.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
If I recall back, we did a nice little winter retreat, and these two
That's-
players were actually in the grand finals for the Rocket League portion of the winter retreat, and they were both quite good players. If I do remember correctly, I want to say Apex Jesus might have had that upper hand on Jeff Chew Bomber here, but if you put Bobby in, the Rocket League team captain, who knows what's going to happen? He's quite the player himself. So
Make it interesting. Should make it a little bit interesting.
going into game 2 here between Riley and Officer Barber, as well as against Bobby and Jeff. We already do have a couple prop donations going on, so they're not going to be able to be boosting at the start or jumping.
That's some of the strategy there
Yeah.
that I think we were talking about with
sure.
Professor X. A little bit of preemptive donation, starting off on the upper hand, on the right foot there. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm interested to see how the adaptation is going to go. Some of the strategies, I'm sure they'll be different for every team. I believe the Joe's teams got together, talked over some strategy. We'll see.
Yeah.
I wonder some of the trash talk, especially.
For sure.
I'm particularly excited to hear about maybe the post game interview.
Yeah.
That might be a lot of fun.
Can only imagine, especially with Bobby. Quite the trash talker, I want to say.
Is he?
I-
Is he?
I think so. I've heard him a couple times, and they're playing in Rocket League, and he gets pretty heated. He gets pretty into the game, so I can only imagine what kind of things he might be saying. However, the Joes, I mean, they're no slouches either if it comes to trash talk.
Especially some of the stuff with grades. Ooh, that might be a tough moral dilemma.
Yeah,
That
could
might
you
be a tough
imagine?
moral dilemma.
You're beating them in Rocket League, and somebody just looks over and says, "You want a degree or not?" I mean, I would be scared. I'd be like, "You're right. I'm sorry.
Rhythm thrown off.
Yeah,
rhythm
I'm
thrown
done playing
off.
this game.
That's,
Please pass me."
I'd like to pass. Yeah, that'd be a lot of pressure to play under.
For
That's
sure.
for sure. Even if it's just a little nebulous, not quite truth, I would be questioning. I would be in fear.
I don't think he was joking though. That's a sad thing. I could see him doing it, right? The Joes, they're not here to lose. Right?
Yeah.
They're here to win. With the help of the crowd, of course, and a couple of donations as
A couple
well.
of well-timed donations. Always a big help. Speaking of, thank you everybody who's been donating so far. Again, anybody on stream who didn't quite hear the initial going towards the First Ward Community Center, helping out with some after school stuff. Very much appreciate all the donations coming in. It's been a lot. It's been awesome.
If you are not here in student life and watching from the Twitch stream live at home or wherever you're located at, there's a couple ways. There should be a link in the bio of our Twitch page, which should be right under the video player. But you can also check the pinned chat message as well for a link there if you would like to donate to the cause of First Word Community Center. Greatly appreciated.
Yeah. So, Rocket League's a lot of good fun, and I'd say the bragging rights would be a lot of fun, but also the First Word stuff. And
Yeah.
that's always gonna be a lot. I think we had some prizes as well from the student life people.
Yeah, I believe that they just handed the first one out. So we had a couple of headphones, a headset, and a just general SVSU swag bag going out.
Swag bag.
I'm not sure who just won, but there was a lot of clapping, a lot of cheering going on. So shout out to that person. Enjoy whatever prize you picked.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hopefully, we'll enjoy some Rocket League
Yeah.
here in a second. As it'll probably take a second for everybody to get repositioned. It's not necessarily the biggest room in there. It's very nice. We're very appreciative
Yeah.
of the room. Little finagling, trying to get everybody in place.
Especially if you have, 3 people in there with the stream, a couple of referees. I mean, we've never had referees just walking around when we were playing, and I'm sure that
True.
caused some issues with moving in and out. But it looks like everybody might be in the lobby. We could be getting some gaming going on soon, hopefully.
That'd be the goal. That'd be the goal. Now, I don't know. There's a couple of interesting things. We talked about boost. We talked about jumping as a couple of things, but you can still do a flip from the ground or from the air. That is still a mechanic. If I can get nerdy about the game for a brief moment, so there is still that. I don't
You
believe that
can't
counts as a
without
jump.
jumping.
I mean, you flip in the air,
Oh, okay.
but like
Yeah.
jump versus flip is like two different things.
Mm.
So a little. We'll see. How
So do you
the
think
pros get
that
around.
the pros are trying to, rule book them? And I'm a big rules guy personally, but do you think that they're trying to like drive on the wall, get on the ceiling? Because if you're on the ceiling, you can't keep driving on. It's gonna, push you off. You're not gonna be able to get the grip on the ceiling. So do you think that they're gonna try to get the no jumping, just drive on the ceiling and then fall down to do like the air dodge and go, I didn't
We'll
jump.
see. We'll see. I don't know. There was probably some talk about how to deal with maybe some practicing with just one hand or upside down controller, trying to maybe a little practice for that. Maybe they were thinking of some ways to game the system a little bit. I know I would for the bragging rights and for the diploma.
Ooh, yeah, especially for the diploma.
You
Yeah.
gotta probably put some
Yeah.
some thought into how this is gonna go. I did call out it would be 1-1. First one. I think Joe's might have this next one.
I will say, the way that this is structured is as the games go on, we've kind of made sure that the teams are better and better each time. So
Yeah.
coming up next with Riley and Officer Barber, they've actually had experience in Rocket League before today. I believe Officer Barber was actually practicing before coming here today
Oh,
on his home setup. So
absolutely.
the game here should be a lot more competitive, even without, a bunch of donations coming in. But we can still get a lot of those donations. Like I said,
we go.
we see a lot of these no boosts and no jumping ones coming in already right off the start. Yeah.
I'm very excited for game 3. I believe that should be the best one we
Oh,
got
for sure.
lined up.
Yeah.
Some of our best pros and some of our most prepared Joes. We'll see. I believe we will be getting into that game. Starting off, the preemptive donations, I think, might be another. That'll be it. That'll be it. The
Lieutenant Bobby.
preemptive donations.
Actually gonna header that one right into the goal. Not even moving. However, Bobby's gonna hit that one in. First one's free,
First one's free.
I actually don't know if that ball would have gone in if Bobby were not sitting there with his car.
Maybe.
But
might not have gotten the speed. More preemptive donations. They're not ready. Off the back. Oh
gonna
no,
be sitting
it'll
right
be
there.
huge.
Just gotta tip it in. It's right in front of the goal. Let's see if the Joes are gonna be able to hit it in. Gonna be knocking it out a little bit, but it's okay. They've got time, right? The pros are not playing right now.
We got the no boost, the no jumps, upside down controller, one hand, and high fives all in effect. The pros got nothing. Joes can just take their time, put it into the goal.
Yeah.
Officer Barber, they're getting aggressive, letting the ball roll in and pushing the defender out of the way. Up 2 goals at the start there for the Joes. This might be tough for the pros to come back from.
Yeah. Again, like I was saying, these guys, they're no slouches already, right? They've already had the experience playing. So they know what they're doing.
Is it still almost putting in another one going off the side there? Again, you can already see a little bit more of that preparation coming in. A little bit better placed shots. Officer Barkley there keeping it interesting. Defense popping up in the air so the pros can't get to it. If they have no jump, the Joes can just launch it into the air, and the pros can't do anything about it. See, lining up for a shot. Again, kind of that offense-defense. Officer Barkley there, waiting for the opportunity. Oh, getting aggressive there. Huge shot from Officer Barkley, putting it in.
No, that's Riley actually. Officer Barber. Yeah, Riles
Officer
Barber.
Barber. I'm not reading.
It's okay.
I'm not reading.
Very close, very similar names. Yeah, Riles Barkley though. Riley gonna be
Names are flying by.
Yeah.
It's a fast game.
Yeah.
It is a fast-paced game. I'm in awe that these people can keep up with it.
Yeah, a minute in, and the Joes are actually already going to be up 3 points on the pros. Pros, I don't know about you, but it looks like they're not even able to play the game. They're kind of struggling here with these upside down controllers and no boost stuff going on, right?
We do still have the no boost and controller in effect here. Guess we can get some more donations in there, make it even harder on them. Joes might get a mercy rule.
Yeah,
I believe so. I just got to get up 4 goals.
it's either
Some
4 or
time.
5. I'm not sure. But
I don't know. Might happen. Oh, might not get the chance. Pros putting in the first goal.
Master Ray Jeff is going to be hitting that ball in right at the start. But it was a great pass from Lieutenant Bobby there to really set him up for that. The Joes just not there in time to stop that from going in. However, it's a fresh kickoff. It's anybody's ball now here. Only a little under 2 minutes into the game. And the Joes already off to a great start. Putting it on the pros side of the field. They're going to be lining up Riles Barkley. Is he going to be able to get this in?
Very close. Bounce off the wall.
Wait a
And
minute.
barely
He
does go
is.
in. The upside down controller. The pros don't know which way is right and which is left. It'll
Yeah.
only now finally run out. That'll be huge. Up 3 goals again. This is close. It might end game early.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like they have a little bit of a matching car situation going on. Do you think that there's some synergy going on there? They
There might be.
feel closer to each other because their car is the same.
That can be huge. Talk about aesthetics not mattering, but hey, if it gives you the teamwork edge, then that gives you the edge. You can see some of the synergy there between the pro strategies, popping it up for each other, making sure they both have an opportunity. Lieutenant Bobby coming in, making sure everything goes well right at the end there.
They just sent his teammate up, making sure that that ball is going to go in. Another fresh kickoff here to start. Let's see how the pros and Joes are going to deal with this. The Joes hitting over to the pro side of the field. It seems like that's been happening a lot for these kickoffs. The Joes have been getting like a good head start on the round and just making sure that it's not on their side of the field. However, the pros are fighting back. They're going to hit some nice shots in on that goal. The Joes just not going to be able to defend those. Again, with the ball being in the air like that, it's a lot more difficult to, hit those aerial hits and protect those balls, right? If it was kind of more closer to the floor or the grass, right, then the Joes definitely have a fighting chance to defend it. But with the ball being in the air like that, it's a lot harder.
And we'll see when it comes down to not having jumps or boosts or upside down controller. Neither can really contest in the air. It becomes a lot more of a grounded game. And we'll see how the pros adapt to the aerial nature of it. Officer Barber, huge shot there. Huge block there from Lieutenant Bobby. Barely managing to keep it out of the pros' goal. I'd be sweating if I were the pros. I don't think they were ready for this level of competition.
Yeah, they're going to be putting it on the Joe side of the field, though. It's going to be an open goal.
Very
Master
close.
Ray going to be able to get that one in, though.
Almost got the defense there, but ever so barely sneaking it past right at the last second.
With that goal, they're going to be tying it up to 4-4, 3 minutes into the game.
You can see a little over 2 minutes left. Got to get some donations in here. Give the Joes a better shot here. Again, you can buy a pro. Maybe pull some money together. Throw in the $100. That's hard to come back from.
That one it might be one of those $75 tier ones, but still, I mean, if you get a pro for the game, it's a 1v3 and
I don't know how you win that.
I don't either. Unless you're like the best Rocket League player of all time.
We do have the one hand coming in here as well as the no jumps. That'll be enough to put it in the goal for the Joes. Officer Barber scoring.
Shooting in like a rocket, just out of nowhere, going to be tipping that one in.
Puts the rocket in Rocket League right there, Officer Barber. That's what they say.
I'm kind of upset that you just said that. That's upsetting.
It is my prerogative. It is a sacred duty of mine.
Miles Barkley, though,
As
getting
good.
a shot on the goal right off the kickoff. It's going to be on the Joe side. A little bit of a pass going on over to Riles Barkley.
You can see against some of this defense, but you can see a lot more comfort with the car from both these players. Much more comfortable jumping up in the air to hit the ball and whatnot, and that'll be a shot on goal. Absolutely huge there. Officer Barber finding another one, going up two goals, 6-4 for the Joes.
Yeah, Lieutenant Bobby, again, maybe had some of those messed up controls and accidentally hit that one in. However, I don't think the Joes care if it was an accident or not. They're going to take that goal and they're going to run with it.
You can tell really huge kickoff right from the start, going all the way up to the ceiling there. You can see the pros putting it into the corner, lining up for a shot off the backboard, passing it over to Jaster Ray. You can see some of the adaptation from them as well, really leaning into the teamwork and the passing. I don't know if the pros are going to be able to put it in. Joes are on it here with the defense. Officer Barkley here to kind of clear it out, pass it over to Officer Barber. No, huge pro aggression from the start there. What a shot on goal from Jaster Ray.
Yeah, you can definitely see that these pros are a lot more drilled. They have their angles down, right? That they're able to score these goals on an open net from just about anywhere that they can. Meanwhile, the Joes, they have to be closer to the center of the field, and it really shows the dedication that some of these pros put into actually getting good at games like Rocket League, where it's super simple to just look at, right? Anybody can pick up a controller and play, but are you going to be able to be hitting those sick aerials like some of the pros do? Are you going to be able to clear the ball and defend those aerial shots, right? The pros, they are able to. Let's see if the Joes can make some of those adaptations, though, that allow them to. Only 30 seconds left in this match, and the Joes are up 1 point. All it takes is another goal to score it up here and make it 6-6.
It's really close. 23 seconds left on the clock. You can see the Joes got it over to the pros side, but the pros got a hold of it and took it all the way back to the Joes goal there. You can see kickoffs are huge for both of these teams. Both find some goals, almost scoring right from the start there. Officer Barber is there to defend a little bit. Jaster Ray coming in for the shot, barely missing. See Riles Barkley here for the defense. Officer Barber was in net. What a goalie! Wow, defensive monster here. See the shots barely coming in. The defense.
Barkley and Officer Barber are holding
3 seconds left on the clock. Lieutenant Bobby puts it in with 3 seconds. An absolutely Herculean effort on the part of the Joes. The pros only barely squeaking out the goal in that sequence. This is Rocket League.
This is right. I think Lieutenant Bobby might have been flexing a little bit there. I'll be honest.
That was a lot. That was an extremely impressive goal there.
Yeah.
1 second. The timer ticks down. Ball touches down. Pros win it. Game 1. Very close. Very close though. Lieutenant Bobby doing some flips in celebration. I don't know. This is anybody's game. I'm gonna say this is absolutely anybody's game at this point.
I think if maybe one of those donations came in on the side of the Joes to make them go high five 10 audience members, right? In the last 20 seconds, it's the Joes game for sure. Any day of the week.
And hey, audience members now might want a high five.
Yeah,
might not be feeling the high fives that day.
Nobody is telling you have to high five the pros.
Pros might be walking around walking by 15, 20 people just to get 10 high fives. Yeah. It is.
You can always show whose side you're really on.
Yeah, you can show some support, not only for the donations, but the high fives. Whole bunch right at the start here. High fives, upside down controller, no jumps, and no boost. Another open net there. Officer Barber putting it in.
Now,
huge.
I just now realized something, and I want to give props to the streaming side of things. The upside down controller
is
upside down.
It's upside down.
It says controller upside down. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, put in the effort. Rolled out the red carpet for this.
I don't know. It took me 4 games to realize that. That's crazy.
There is still one pro down for a second, finally getting back to the controller. Will manage to defend it after that. After that little skirmish there.
Gonna be on the Joe side of the field here. Let's see how the pros are gonna try to finagle this ball in. With an open net like that, it's quite easy to put in. But we did see an attempt from Officer Barber there to really try to save it at the last second coming in. However, he just wasn't quite there in time.
I'm intrigued as to maybe some of the strategies Officer Barber and Riles Barkley were talking about ahead of time. We saw that very clearly distinct. Professor X on the attack, and ET on the defense, but it seems more like both of these players are just offensive monsters, both finding, I think, 3 goals apiece in the last game, and you can see some of the shots on net they've had so far have been very, very telling as to what both these players specialize in, and that is offense. Miles Barkley here on the defense. Oh, and Pros tripping over themselves a little bit there. Joes are there to kind of, oh my gosh, Lieutenant Bobby, it looks like the angle was just not right there.
You know, but with an upside down controller,
It's
a bit difficult.
Wait, I think high fives are in effect. They have an open goal.
Remember, nobody's saying you have to give him a high five.
That's what I'm
You can
saying.
make Bobby kind of wander out there for a little while.
Officer Barber making sure that the shot goes in, jumps up, hits it in.
Yeah.
Joes are up 2-1.
You got time
Keep
to line up
coming.
that shot. You might as well, right? I mean, because if you don't make it, then how much longer is it going to take you to get that ball in? To line it up again,
Yeah.
hit it in, right?
Keep it coming. No boost and no jumps. That means the pros will have very little mobility. Won't be able to get around as easy. Will make it a lot easier for the pros to get shots on net like that.
Lieutenant Bobby, however, is going to be saving that ball for him, but it's still on the pro side of the field, and they really have to work hard to clear it, right? With no boost and no jumps, their rotations are going to be a lot harder to do. So all the Joes have to do is really just get it on their side of the field. But it looks like they're going to be getting the score on the goal. Lieutenant Bobby just kind of bumping that one in. Looks like the Joes kind of having a rough time trying to free themselves there as well.
Very closer. You can see kind of the scramble to get back into it as a donation wears off, and they're like, oh, I finally have the ability to go actually do something. High fives coming in again, and the one hand. The high fives have been absolutely huge so far. Another goal from Officer Barber. I don't know. I don't know what the pros can do. They're spending half of the time outside in the Student Life Center.
Yeah, so, I mean, looking at, I want to say as the meta here shapes up with pros versus Joes, what do you think is definitely that top tier donation that we're going to be seeing a lot more in?
We're seeing high fives.
I think so.
We're seeing high fives.
You know, I may have accidentally started something telling the audience members to not high five the pros.
I am in fact noticing the one hand or the high five little tag on the top right staying up there a lot longer than it was in game 1. I don't know. Keep it up. Keep it up in the Student Life Center. Pros are now down 2 goals. No boost and one hand. This is absolutely brutal. Imagine trying to play soccer with 1 foot. I think that's of equivalent.
Yeah,
equivalent
1 foot,
safety.
and you can only walk. You
And
can't run or anything.
No hopping.
Yeah.
You have to shimmy. That is essentially what the pros are playing with right now. I don't think we quite made it apparent. As you can see, what happens when they get a little bit. Even if you even give them boosts or something like that, they can make something work. Managing to put the in goal there. Huge shot there from Lieutenant Bobby. Player. Oh, it happened. Player switch.
We are going to
It's a 3-on-1.
One of the pros go to the side of the Joes. Who is it going to be? It looks like
Well, Lieutenant Bobby is still here for the pros. Now versing Officer Barber, Riles Barkley, and Jaster Ray. The 3 versus 1. The pros in a terrible spot here. And again, the pro that has switched side on the side of the Joes will not have to play with 1 hand or follow donations. That is a completely capable pro. This is going to be incredibly tough for Lieutenant Bobby at this point. I don't know how he's going to be able to defend or attack. Going up for a huge aerial shot there. Trying to make something, trying to put in that aerial. You can see the air dribble coming in and trying to.
What the heck?
Trying to
What
get
is this guy on? Somebody tell him to go outside
Somebody
after this game, please. That was a little too crazy.
Give him no boost. Give him some no boost. Don't let him do that. Player switch is enacted for the entire round here. Oh, you can see Lieutenant Bobby putting up a Herculean effort though, finding the demo, the defense here, playing out of his mind. The adrenaline kicked in. He's, oh no, I gotta fight 3 at a time. Officer Barber keeping up, does have all of the boost. Again, the donations will still affect Lieutenant Bobby, who you can tell, turned it up into another gear.
Yeah,
for lack of better
was
words.
just about to say, I feel like I just watched him take the training weights off. You know, he's not messing around anymore. He's taking this as serious as possible, right? In a 1v3, sometimes you got to do that. He's going to tie it up, make it a 4-4 game here at this kickoff. He's the only one though.
It comes through, Pie Jason. I think it's in effect. Yep. Lieutenant Bobby can't defend as he has to come out and Pie Jason. Joes have as much time as they want to put it on net. before Lieutenant Bobby comes back. They already got one. Let's see, can they keep it going? They have to go as fast as possible. I don't know if he's back yet.
I don't know. It all depends, right? Like I said, Jason, he's a bit of a trickster. You might have to go to the bathroom before you pawn him because, you know, he doesn't want to wet himself or anything like that. So,
oh no, a little bit of miscommunication here. Joe's got to put it in. Lieutenant Bobby is back, but not in time to save it. That will be up 2 goals for the side of the Joes. That's absolutely huge. Only less than a minute and a half left on the clock there.
However, we have seen Lieutenant Bobby pull some amazing plays out of thin air, seemingly, right? He's had some great air dribbles. He's had some great setups to himself.
Oh, the speed kickoff there.
Yeah.
Getting to the ball as fast as possible. Grabs the large boost there. But you can see Joe's kind of messing with him, trying to bump him around.
Yeah, I was thinking, right? I mean, if you have that pro player, why not just send one of the Joes to just constantly demo him,
yeah.
right? On that back foot, make him have to, you know, not only hit the ball into the goal, but also play keep away from the enemy team.
This is huge. Lieutenant Bobby trying to shoot on goal, but when there's 3 cars in the way, it's really difficult there. Oh, you can see
Riles Barkley not going to be able to hit that ball. However, it's going to be on the Joe side of the field. Lieutenant Bobby has the ball. Is it an open goal? It's not going to go in. Unfortunately, going to hit that crossbar. However, Lieutenant Bobby's still in possession of this ball up until now. It is going to be on his side of the court. Is he going to be able to rotate over in time? Oh,
an unfortunate
no.
goal. Or maybe Lieutenant Bobby, did he hit it off of one of the pros?
I don't know.
Did he use them as a backboard, maybe?
Jasper Ray just not ready for this ball to come into him like that. And then
up in the air. Oh,
Riles Barkley accidentally going to be hitting it into his own goal. What?
Was the player switch? Did the pros get a Joe?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Sometimes
but
it just happens.
It's all right. 30 seconds left. The Joe's still up 1 point. Lieutenant Bobby,
he's there.
Never mind.
To tie it up. 31 seconds left. Somebody's got to take out his boost. Take out his jump, something. Don't let him move around.
30 seconds left. Do you think we're going to go into overtime? Are we seeing a game 3 come out of this series as well?
I think
so. Questions here.
I think we might. I think pro's in a rough spot here. Playing down a player. Incredibly tough. You see Lieutenant Bobby going up in the air. Still plenty of time to make this more difficult for him. Going up for the aerial shot. Really close here, Riles Barkley. On it. You can see Jasper Ray there as well. The esports player himself. Let's see, shot on. Oh my gosh! 10 seconds on the clock. Out of nowhere. What a quick play there. You can see
Jasper Ray just setting himself up. Gonna be
the
bouncing it off of Lieutenant Bobby. Wow. What a play.
Absolutely massive. Huge
Less than
play
10 seconds. Is Lieutenant Bobby going to be able to score a goal, or are we just going to be ending it here? We're going to see some overtime.
It only goes to overtime if it's tied up. Lieutenant Bobby get up in the air.
Ball is in the air.
Just one defender. Off the crossbar, though.
Oh,
0 seconds to let it go. And Jones take game 2. What a shot. What a shot.
Officer Barber, Riles Barkley, as well as Jasper Ray kind of switching sides there to go over to the Joes. Going to be putting in work coming out and really allowing them to see this game 3. We saw a lot of work put in from Jasper Ray as soon as he switched sides, right? 2 goals. However, Officer Barber scoring 5 of his own, that's no easy task against 2 Rocket League pros.
That is a lot of goals scored. You see matching Lieutenant Bobby's there, the captain of the team.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's really well done. I think they'll get right into game 3 here. We'll see. The switch sides applies for a whole match, so do it right at the start, and it is a 3v1 for the entire time.
Yeah, we saw
$75 donation.
We saw that come through halfway through the game, right? I can only think about the value that was missed out on by just not doing that towards the start.
Joe's still got it though. They only needed that half a game there.
Yeah.
See.
Oh, Officer Barber with an amazing save. However, Jasper Ray just going to be forcing it in. Some amazing offense from the side of the pros here to really set each other up with a pass and just make it so you can't really defend against that.
I don't know. Pros are going kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Going a little bit crazy. We'll have a couple interviews after this game. I'm excited for the interviews. I can't wait to talk to these players.
Yeah.
There's some interesting things. Especially what is going on here. Both the teams just kind of popping it up in the air. Again, in soccer, most of the time is staying pretty grounded, but in Rocket League, there's a whole vertical axis kind of happening.
Yeah. We say car soccer, but most of the time these cars are actually jet airplanes. So,
That is true, and that's why something like no boost can be so helpful here.
yeah.
So you can see the pros running away with it a little bit here. Joe's gotta find something. Maybe get offensive right at the start here. High fives! High fives coming out. That'll be an open
through,
goal.
yeah.
Officer Barber taking his time, doesn't want to mess it up. Oh no! It's close. You can see Riles Barkley coming in for the save.
Gotta help him out a little
First
bit
one
there.
for the Joes. First one for the Joes.
Yeah. So I was hearing though, Riles Barkley and Officer Barber were putting in some practice together before this game. They told me they were able to beat the bots on pro difficulty.
Were they?
So
We got some pros.
yeah, we'll see if that's actually true or not. I mean, Officer Barber's just going to be able to, right at kickoff, score that goal, tying up the match. Only 45 seconds in. It's going to be 2-2.
No jumps coming in here. Again, that's a lot. That is a lot for jet airplane soccer.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word. Now it is very much so a grounded game. That'll remove a whole strategy for the pros here. You see Riles Barkley on the defense. You can see kind of like waiting around
Yeah.
for an open shot to happen.
Just a very patient player for the side of the Joes. He's
Oh,
gonna be
big
able to hit
clear.
it in.
Very big clear here. Keeping it on the side of the pros. Lieutenant Bobby going up in the air. Can't jump, but can still use the boost to try to get there in time. Pops it up. What a shot!
Hold on, though.
Ankle.
I would like to say, I saw a jump come through there from Lieutenant Bobby.
That might have been the flip. Nope, that was a
No,
jump.
that's just a jump right
that
away.
was a jump.
Somebody go get Lieutenant Bobby.
Someone the arbiter.
Hello?
Maybe the no jumps tag. Maybe it ran out. And
I
just
mean,
he'll have it
playing against
removed from the
Officer
frame.
Barber. Officer Barber can definitely arrest him for that one, I think.
That is an
That's
offense.
against the law.
That
so.
is an offense. We'll see. I think maybe the no jumps just stuck around on the screen a little longer than it
That
did.
could have also been what's going on there.
We'll see. I don't know. It's in the ref's hands now. It's in the ref's hands now. Lieutenant Bobby, huge aerial shot there. Unstoppable beast. Wow. Really is kind of taking charge as the lieutenant.
Yeah, I guess so.
Really taking command of the situation.
As the team captain of the Rocket League team, right? He's no slouch at this game. He puts in the time to get good at it, you know? Well over 1,000 hours, I'm sure. And it shows when
And it
he's scoring
shows.
goals like
You
that.
can see popping it up into the air where the Joes can't get it just to put it in right at the start.
They definitely took the training weights off, however. I don't think Bobby ever put them back on.
I don't know. He's still on it right now.
Yeah.
Very incredible play from him today. This is some pro Rocket League is what it's like.
Yeah.
He's looking like a professional player right now. Riles Barkley here trying to get some defense going. Oh, miss from Lieutenant Bobby. Will kind of put it back in the hands of the Joes here. Shot up into the air as it falls back towards the net. See if anything can happen. Lieutenant Bobby clears it out there. Somebody take away this man's jumps. Take it away because he is going on a tear right now.
Yeah, with those jumps and boosts, I mean, he's quite a monster on the sticks, in the car.
In the car. He's got to have flawless license.
Yeah.
No points at all.
I mean, I don't know. If I was Officer Barber and I saw somebody driving like this, again,
This might be a ticket.
I'd say it's a bit more than a ticket. I don't think we've seen any demos come out yet because that's like actually a felony.
Yep.
So thankfully, Lieutenant Bobby not committing any of those playing against Officer Barber.
Barely missing there. Jester Ray in there to pick up the slack, putting it in the goal. I don't know. Officer Barber. Might be time to whip out the rule book.
You might actually have to call for backup on this one.
Lieutenant Bobby is an absolute menace on the road right now, or on the court.
Court, field, road, who knows?
A little bit of all three.
Yeah.
A little bit of all three, I'd say.
But gonna be on the side of the
Joe's here,
Joes here.
picking up the slack. You can see both kind of switch between offense and defense together here. Trying to keep everything solid. Oh, Jester Ray with the demo.
No way he just did that to
Lieutenant Bobby's
Officer
up
Barber.
in the air.
He did that to Officer Barber. Again, no felonies committed
That's-
up until this point, but
That might be the first.
Yeah.
That might be the first. Shot on goal. Lieutenant Bobby's there trying to get it into the net. Going back up. Again, the boost. It's too much. He's too powerful. Playing out of his mind today. Joe's just can't catch him. Playing like a pro. I don't know. Joe's here not at all playing bad. I'd
No.
like to point out, both of them have put up a very solid performance, and we've seen some very nice plays. especially from Riles Barkley.
Yeah.
Seen some incredible shots.
Incredible
juking out
shots,
the pros.
incredible passes as well. Officer Barber is able to really capitalize on a lot of the passes that Riles Barkley is passing to him. However, Jaster Rage is going for demos now. That's a little disrespectful in my eyes.
Hey,
You're up
that's
6 goals, right?
I'd like to see some of the Joes start to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, just
Bully him back a little bit.
moving him around, getting the defense out of the way. Oh, Officer Barber almost gets the clear there. Pros kind of out of position. Riles Barkley gets control. Where's he gonna put it? Pops it up in the air. Huge demo from Jaster Ray. Again, now you're playing down for a second or two. Bringing it up in the air.
Barber, not going to let him hit that ball in.
Just swarming the Joes right now. Not getting any goals, but keeping it on their side of the field, keeping the pressure on. The Joes just can't make anything work. Very close there.
Shot on goal from Lieutenant Bobby. Not going to be able to hit it in. The Joes are going to get possession of the ball here. Jaster Ray, we see a little bit of some more demos trying to come out here. Lieutenant Bobby has the open goal. Not able to hit it in,
I think he wants the
unfortunately.
flex.
He wants the plays?
He wants the plays.
Yeah, look at him go.
Going up in the air. Oh, trying to pass it. That's a huge bump there. We'll put the pros out of position.
A minute left in this game, and it is 8-2. That's quite a mountain to kind of climb there for the Joes, right? 6 goals in less than a minute. Unless some miracles come through on the donation side of things, it's not looking great.
Very close. Lieutenant Bobby absolutely put it into whatever the highest gear is. I don't drive manual. I don't.
I think it's
He's like 5? I think it's like
Yeah,
5th gear. I
five.
think it's like 5th gear.
yeah.
Turning it up to 6th gear. Just playing out of
It doesn't
crazy.
matter what gear is the highest because Bobby's going
He's
up.
surpassed it.
Yeah.
He is absolutely surpassed it. These cars probably have about 12 gears.
I'd imagine.
At least with this much speed,
At least 1 gear.
at least 1 gear.
Yeah.
That's true. Greater than or equal to 1. Officer Barber here on the defense. Very close. Maybe setting up for a little offense. That's a little bit more of what I'd like to see. Maybe some offensive setup.
30 seconds. Under 30 seconds left in this match. 7 goals that the Joes have to get. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. I'd like to see the Cinderella miracle story come through here, but I don't know. Especially Officer Barber playing more patiently on the Joe side of the field. They are going to be able to score this goal. You know what? I say if the Joes are able to get another goal here, it's a win in my book for them.
Absolutely.
But Lieutenant Bobby going to be able to play keep away, hit that ball in the air. Don't do it to him.
Oh no.
Don't do it to him. No,
So
okay.
close. And that pros will take that one, although strong showing from the Joes and strong showing from the fans game 2 there.
Yeah.
You can see what's up. You can see what's up. We will have an interview in just a second. And I also have heard word that we will be having a best of 1 for the last match. You know,
Best of 1.
putting it all on the line. And this means only 1 donation will be required to switch a player from the pros to the Joes for the entire rest of the match there.
Yeah.
Best of 1, that means that $75 will be huge. That'll pretty much be the win.
Yeah.
And the pros may have taken this, won the match 2 out of 3. From personal experience, losing, like taking 1 game, you know, out of 3 is a whole lot better than losing all 3.
For sure.
Whole lot better.
For sure.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
So-
I was.
There'll be a lot more like, hey, well, at least we took a game. You know,
Yeah.
there's a little smack talk.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, you can't smack talk quite as hard if you did lose.
I feel like if you take a game against the pros, you might as well have just won that game.
honestly, like,
But it looks
hello?
like we have an interview coming
Interview
in here.
coming in.
Riles Barkley himself.
I'd say
Sir Rouse.
Officer Riles.
I did in fact I did a couple misreads.
Yeah.
Might as well be an
It's
officer.
all good.
Playing very well there.
I'm
tell
gonna
us the game.
scooch in a little bit more here.
We had them in the first half. I'm not gonna lie, and then we didn't. We
And
ran
then-
out of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it happened.
We,
That's what happens.
I asked them at the beginning of the game if they're better than the All-Pro bots, and they said yes immediately, and it proved out to be true. Because Officer Barber and I beat some All-Pro bots.
Yeah. I was mentioning that, and I was like, you beat the pro bots, you should be able to beat the pros.
We stood no chance.
Yeah. Something I
I don't know.
wanted to say here. How did Officer Barber feel about their driving? Being a police officer himself, right? Surely he's going to be handing out some citations.
You know, I think we might know what they drive and keep an
Yeah.
eye out for them
Yeah.
on campus.
You know, the Octane or I believe
Yeah.
both running the Batmobile, something like that.
For sure.
One of each. Yeah.
So
There'll be some tabs kept up.
they were pulling some dirty tactics at the end.
Yeah.
They're taking out our cars.
Yeah, that's just cheap.
See if you want to take a seat really quick, Officer Barber.
Yeah.
Question or two for you. Now,
Hey guys, nice to
we
meet
were
you.
talking. Lovely having you on. Lovely
Yes,
having you on.
thank you.
We were asking some of the driving today. Some of the driving as an officer of the law. Have any comments?
No comments. I'm gonna find out what they drive though tomorrow when I come in. Yeah. So we've already discussed that in the room privately.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I know you guys both kind of put in some practice here. Do you think that it paid off at all? Do you
It
think
helps
you
a
had
little
better
bit,
showing
but
in the first
these
group?
guys are just too good. It's
Yeah.
just ridiculous. Even like with all the advantages, it was all we could do to score on them. So, but it was fun. Can't wait to do it again next
Yeah.
year.
Absolutely. For sure. Very much thank you. Thank you having both you guys down.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks guys.
Absolutely. Thank you for the interview as well.
If I'm not mistaken, we might be having an interview with Rob as well, the director for the First Ward Community Center.
I believe maybe towards the end, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe it's supposed to be in between these games. We'll see if he's still around, up to do an interview or not.
We'll see. And again, we will have that best of one for the final match here. Putting all on the line. The final fight here. So I'm personally excited.
Yeah.
We have again some of the best.
Like I said, this is going to be our, title match for the night, if you will, right? We have Anton from, the residential side of things. He's a residential director here for SVSU. And he's a pretty good player, I've been told. And we had a call in from Jason Shanemeyer, a student life employee here. So it should be a good matchup. But with us now as well, we have Lieutenant
Randomly.
Bobby here for another interview.
We'll have one more. Talk to me about the game. Talk to me about some of the prep work, especially that you did. I want to hear about that a little bit.
I was pretty much playing with my eyes closed.
Whoa!
Pretty easy game.
Okay.
No competition. I was just kind of just driving around, Sunday drive, grandma going to after church brunch, pretty much.
Where's the
You heard it here first.
sportsmanship?
The only
heard it
only
here
problem, I
first.
just got to go high five a bunch of people. Pretty much.
I
it.
wanted to ask, were they denying you high fives?
Yeah, some of the people were
Yeah.
denying me high fives because they had bets on the other team. It was pretty bad. I didn't like it, but
Okay.
we got
Yep.
through it. We pushed through.
Something else I noticed as well is when the Joes were able to buy Jeff off of you, it felt like I just watched like Goku take off the training weights.
Oh yeah, I was ready to 1v3. I felt like God. I didn't have much boost because they were bumping me and hitting me, but I tried my best. We almost came back.
There
I
you
had to
go.
go pie some people.
Yeah.
Oh,
How was that, being able to pie Jason?
it was the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
There's not much that comes to it.
Not
Other
much.
than
maybe
beating the
winning the
Joes.
Pro
Yeah,
Joe.
being the Joes and then pie, like right next to each
Yeah,
other.
for sure.
There you go.
All right.
Thank you very
so
much for the
Yeah.
quick interview. We do have Rob, I believe, coming in, the director for First Ward, in just a second here. Until then, though, I don't know. Oh no, starting off with it real quick here.
All good.
Real quick here.
All right.
Thank you very much for coming on in, sir. For the interview.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about First Ward at all?
Yeah, so First Ward Community Center has been around in the Saginaw community for over 90 years. First opened in 1931, and we offer all types of programming, K through 12, seniors, and mature adults. So we do a lot of different things, and so we're happy to be on campus in Saginaw Valley. We're happy to be in the Saginaw community.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think so far of the event today? You having a lot of fun with it?
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. The pie in the face is great. The high five, and didn't know what to expect. I'm not a big gamer, but I've become a fan of gaming now. Just coming out and seeing our students interact with the Saginaw Valley Esports team and the Joes as well, and so it's been really fun. Hopefully, we can do it on a few more occasions.
Yeah.
You have any things planning on doing? Any other programs you're hoping to outreach with
Yeah.
SVSU with?
Yeah, absolutely. And so this partnership is based on us actually coming out to Saginaw Valley, introducing some of our youth to esports. We're going to come out here, I think, on 3 other occasions. 2 of those occasions will be practice, and then on that 3rd occasion, it'll actually be a competition. So our youth are really being introduced to it. They get an idea of what esports is about, and they get a chance to kind of formulate in their minds what they're going to do when they get a chance to come out here and actually do it themselves.
There you go.
So,
A little bit helping each other out here.
Yeah,
We get to do a little bit of scouting,
yeah.
preemptive training for anybody looking to come out to SVSU.
Esports is an excellent way to engage our youth as well. We're looking to actually transform a room into at our center where we have at least a couple chairs and then games that the students can kind of consoles where the students can actually play. So I'm excited about that as well. And we're just learning. Jeremy and Riley and the guys at SVSU has really been open their arms to us, and we're looking forward to our next event.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on by. We really appreciate this event. I mean, it's been a blast, even on our side of things, to just, see some of the Joes out there and the pros, the trash talk between them, right?
Yeah.
It's really building the community even around here. And
Yeah.
I'm just glad that we're able to help out such a great cause.
Yeah, it really has been. I was looking forward to see Dr. Hinton. She was going to talk a lot of trash.
Yep.
And so,
Yeah.
unfortunately, she couldn't make it, but she'll still talk a little trash.
I'm sure.
And so,
She'll be
maybe in
watching
the
these
Twitch chat.
replays.
Yeah,
She'll be watching these
so,
replays.
Yep.
we'll say hi to Dr. Hinton, and we'll get all the trash talk from her as it goes.
For sure.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So thanks.
Very much appreciate having you out. Thank you very
Thanks for
much for
having
the
us.
interview as well.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
we'll get a couple more donos in here, especially that
Yeah.
switch team for the very last game, best of one here.
Absolutely,
Should be-
absolutely.
should be-
Donations, keep those donations coming in. The money will go to a good cause at First Ward Community Center.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I'd absolutely like to see Jason covered in pie. I don't know.
Yeah,
how
imagine
covered,
he's
but I
gonna
would like
get pied while playing in there. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, Jeremy might be taking the pies from here on out.
No, the pie is $100, right?
Yeah,
So what do you do for $200?
pie twice. Double
pie.
the whipped cream.
Same time.
Double?
Just
At the same time, huh?
two hands.
Yeah, so hopefully some donors out there are listening, and they'll make that happen.
Let's see. Let's see.
Let's see. So thanks for having us.
Yeah,
I think we'll be
of course.
getting into the game in just a second here.
Okay. Thank
So thank you very much for stopping on by.
Absolutely.
Hopefully the rest of the event close out really well. Thank you very much for having
Thank
me.
you.
Great. All right here. All right. Now again, this was the match to kind of want you.
The match of all matches.
The match.
Yeah.
The big one.
Yeah.
You want to maybe explain what's going on? Some
So
players.
yeah, we are going to be reducing this one to a best of one, right? So this is quite literally winner takes all for this last game here. It is going to be up against Anton, the residential director here, or one of them for Saginaw Valley, and Jason Chainmeyer, who works here in student life and is kind of helping to put on this whole event. Up against, I believe it's going to be Isaac and Evan from the Rocket League team. So both of these players, no slouches at all, right? I think Evan has been in that room ever since it's been created. Every day,
It's constant.
grinding.
It's constant.
Yeah,
He's gone up in the ranking
yeah,
very far. He's climbed a good 2 full ranks
yeah. And
in a month.
Isaac as
crazy.
well. I mean, he's one of
He's
the better
good.
players as well on the Rocket League team.
Yeah.
Some might even argue that if Bobby's that Goku,
Yep.
I'd say Isaac is the Vegeta of the bunch, right?
There
He's,
you go. There you go.
Or maybe I don't know. I don't want to start a
Sort of-
fight between them two on who's Goku and Vegeta, but hopefully you guys understand that reference there because they're both pretty good at the game.
They're both good. I know Isaac has had some incredible moments in competition here. Been putting the team on his back once or twice.
Yeah.
To take some games.
Yeah, and he's
It's easy.
he's kind of like a caged beast almost. He hasn't
He
been able
is.
to play all semester because he had a 6 to 10 class during the night that Rocket League competes. So this is kind of all of that, time and practice he's put into the game being forced out for this last game. But I mean, if you're able to buy a pro and he's this good,
And you buy Isaac. I mean,
yeah,
what's there left to say? That sounds good. Again, the preemptive buy that would be a lot. I'm very intrigued to see how is what Jason is going to do. I've never seen him play Wrangler.
I've never seen him, but so he's a big Monster Hunter guy. Loves playing Monster Hunter. So if he just imagines that like the ball is, I don't know, like a Devil J-Ho or something.
There you go.
So that's the only monster I can think of right now. Then, he'll take it down easily. But we'll have to wait and see. Again, I know Anton is supposed to be one of the better players that we have here tonight on the Joe side of things. So I'm just excited to see this game really shape up and see how it's going to turn out.
Yeah, I believe Jason is switching places. I think Jeremy might be getting pied.
I believe so. I can't imagine they want to pie him when he's surrounded by thousands of dollars worth of equipment, but
What can you say? Wait,
who knows? Who knows?
Little spread the pie love. There you go.
At this point, if you're pieing Jason, isn't that actually helping the pros? So it's most certainly
yeah.
somebody else getting pied.
Probably someone else getting
I
pied.
guess we'll have to wait and see, but
Yeah.
it's going to be a great match. What do you think so far of our first two matchups here this night?
First two matchups have been way closer than I think a lot of people might have expected. I personally predicted the close games. I did predict 1-1, didn't quite happen, but it was close. It was close. Each game going to a game 3, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
We really saw Bobby for that second and third game. I mean, in order for him to even, come close, he had to really take the brakes off, and he was going full throttle the whole time.
Full throttle, 6th, 7th gear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
However many of those cars have, I mean, they've got like nitrous, so surely it's more than 5.
Surely.
Yeah.
Surely. They're reaching 200, 300 miles an hour,
Yeah.
something like that. Easily. If you have to get lift off, you probably need to go pretty fast.
Yeah.
I don't know how fast planes go to achieve lift
Do they
off.
have gears? I don't think planes have gears.
Well, it's just like how fast they have to go. How many gears you got to go to get up to that speed? Because gears are like for speed, right? Like I've never
I'll
driven.
be honest, I'm an education major.
I
can tell you about adolescent psychology if you're interested, but
Yep.
let's
Don't
talk
argue
about
with
some
me.
car soccer here
Talk
before
car
we get into
soccer.
adolescent psychology, because that's kind of boring.
Now, one of the things that we saw Lieutenant Bobby pulling off, and I say pulling off, not doing, but pulling off because it's that insane of a strategy. Flying into the air, dribbling the ball on the nose while he twists around, and then shooting into the goal. This is, if I've been told, is called an aerial and is a very difficult maneuver to pull off. The control you have to have over your car is absolutely insane. And a lot of the strategies and techniques that are pulled off, I equate it again to soccer. There's the rainbow where you kick it over your head. If you mess up anything, like playing on one foot, no more high level strategies and mechanics.
Yeah.
No, you can't rainbow with one foot.
Yeah.
You might still be able to kick, but you're not doing any crazy jukes.
Yeah.
So the small little $5 and $10 donations that just take away a small thing, that stops the pros from doing pretty much anything. Any of these crazy aerial shots.
I mean, we just like seeing what Lieutenant Bobby was able to accomplish with having full control of his car. I don't think anybody would be able to defend against that, at least on the Joe side of things. And a lot of the pros even, I think, would have a rough go at trying to defend against that stuff.
That's a lot. That's honestly just a lot. That's honestly just a lot.
But, I mean, bringing Rocket League down to the basics of just car soccer, it's a lot more manageable for the Joes, and it allows them to defend against shots a lot easier because they won't be coming from these crazy angles that require them to be good at the game as well. They just have to worry about the fundamentals of the game of driving the car, jumping when I need to jump, and just blocking when I need to block, right?
Mhm.
So,
and one of those big things that I saw across the board, especially between match 1 and match 2, was simply clearing the ball, hitting it really hard to the other side. You can worry about getting it in the net when you get there, but it seems like all the Joes so far have had a pretty good grasp of, it's over towards my net, launch it over towards the pros, even if it doesn't go in. And we saw the kind of evolution of that in game 2. We saw from Officer Barber and Riles Barkley some of the more finer controls to actually get it in the net when you get there. And I wonder if we'll see maybe another step up from that this third game, maybe having some control to pop it up in the air and shoot it or pass it to somebody, something like that. I'm intrigued to see what that next evolution is, what that next mechanic is for the pros or for the Joes here, because we've seen a lot from the pros. I don't know what mechanics they have left.
Yeah, but again, I think just the basic adaptations that we've been seeing these Joes make from game to game, even like from the first minute of the match to the last, it's been quite a lot, right? We've seen some great passes on the side of Riles Barkley and Officer Barber. Right, and we even saw some great offense from Professor X to start off some of those, games. So when we have somebody like Anton who has this knowledge already and who is, fairly good at the game from what I've been told, I wonder how he's going to adapt to some of the pro style of play as well.
I don't know personally. I don't this. I'm playing Rocket League for a while here, but maybe to a later time or date. I would love to see some of these Joes going at it.
Yeah.
I like some Joes versus Joes because we've seen some incredible things from each team. Professor X, the absolute X factor.
Yeah.
And all of match 2 Joes we're going. I'd like to see some of that.
Yeah.
Maybe a staff tournament.
Staff tournament, or
That
even
might be my
like
personal wish.
a pros versus Joes to like Revenge of the Joes.
Revenge of the
where,
Joes.
they we throw them in a boot camp with Lieutenant Bobby.
Yeah.
Make sure that they can hit those aerials, right? I'd imagine what type of stuff that we'd see if we got them to do that. But
That is something I would like to see.
Yeah.
That is something I would like to see. 'Cause I know Lieutenant Bobby's done a very good job. Shout out to him so far with the esports team. Has put in a lot of work.
yeah, players like regular Nova who was in that game 1, and players that we're about to see, Frog Boy, was trained up by Lieutenant Bobby himself.
And
But-
we'll see. Yes, it did in fact happen. Getting into the game, no training needed. Just the player switch. Who needs that? Although,
IG-19 already going to start, strong, hitting this ball right off kickoff, 10 seconds into the game. Kind of scary if I'm on the Joe side of things, to be honest.
Isaac, we did see, in fact, from Lieutenant Bobby, one-man army just can occur. I'm intrigued to see.
Yeah.
Yes, I am okay. I am okay with it. I'm getting some words. I'm being requested. We'll see.
All right.
Let's see. I don't know if am I coming out right now. I might have to be tagged out here. I
All
might have
right.
to be
We
tagged
can
out.
tag you out. I mean, if you
If
gotta
you
go
if you
somewhere.
got this,
Yeah, I can handle it. Not sure. Is the game still going on right now?
we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm gonna do a quick headset switch here. Put these bad boys on. Okay. Are we into the game right now? Okay, I'm not able to see what is going on. There we go. All right. Sorry about that, fellas. 50 seconds into the game here. And it looks like the pros are already up 2-0. But the Joe is going to be striking back here. IG-19 looks like he's going to be the remaining pro for the rest of this match, up against Frog Boy and friends, if you will. Frog Boy being the pro that got switched to the other side, I believe.
Yep.
Is he going to be able to defend that? He is. Going to put it on the Joe side of the court, or the pro side of the court. Hiker J. Hiker J, let's see here. Frog Boy hitting it into the side of the pro's goal. Gonna kind of even out some of those scores. Gonna be 2-1 now. Pro's still up that 1 point. And I guess I can stop saying pros and just say pro, right?
Actually, yeah, at that point, just singular pro.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Joe's have been doing really well, but Isaac, as we talked about, an absolute beast of a player.
Yeah.
For sure, probably the star of the team, at least for a while, at least last semester especially. You see, going up in the shot, we talked about those aerial shots, the double tap off the wall. Who is
Isaac,
this?
they have families at home.
Somebody
man.
stop this man.
This is, we were talking about some of the stuff Lieutenant Bobby was able to do. I mean, Isaac is just saying, look what I can do. I can do whatever he did, and I can do it better.
I don't know. Lieutenant Bobby, with all that training, might have made a monster.
Yeah.
With Isaac here.
Yeah.
might have created something else. I think it'll be up to the Joes, especially the JoJos and not the Pro Joe, to try to get and get some bumps on IG-19 here. Try to move them away from the ball and let the other two shoot.
Yeah. We have that play switch come through, but might be a little clear that might not be enough. We might need some high fives to the crowd. We might need some no boost, no jump, because he's been able to just reign free with these boosts and with these jumps, and just look at what he's able to do when he has the complete control of his car.
Oh my gosh.
We're not going to be able to defend it that well, unfortunately.
Going up 4-1 at this point. Still over half the clock left, so there's still a lot. And again, we talked about those mechanics. $5 to remove the ability to boost, and there goes the air dribbles.
Yeah,
There goes the crazy ceiling
It's-
shots and the flip resets.
it's quite impressive the type of stuff that he's able to do here, and just defending the ball right off of kickoff, preventing them from getting it in.
On the wall here, you can see him scrambling, trying to get around there. Hard to defend when you have 3 opponents there. Went up for the defense, but nothing right here. Oh my gosh, missed the ball.
Oh, he's not going to be able to
It'll
get it.
go in. Huge. SV, Joe 1.
That would be Anton
Anton. There we go.
on the side of the Joes there.
Huge shot.
He's
Just
just not able to
nudging it.
protect it.
nudging it with the side of his car.
Yeah.
Well, 4-2 at this point. Joe's having the
It's
ability.
anyone's game still, really.
Ooh, little fake out there, jumping over the ball while Hiker J hits it. Isaac is just in a terrible spot here. He doesn't know what to do. This is tough.
This is. I mean, to be in a situation like this for Isaac, where you're 1 against 3, I mean, it's very obvious that like the best that he can do to just try to clear the ball from his goal, right? It's hard to put on an offensive pressure if as soon as you miss one hit or you're not in possession of the ball anymore, then the Joes are just able to take it and run with it. However, he doesn't have enough boost to complete that. He's just going to stop the ball dead in his tracks. Frog Boy going to be able to clear it.
Off the wall here, popped up. This is where it comes. Can they shoot the ball from here? No. Isaac is there too, to block it a little bit. Frog Boy seizes the opportunity and puts it in net, closing the gap.
Scored, making the game just that much closer as well.
Again, a lot of pride on the line. The difference between 2-1 versus 3-0, that's a big gap.
Yeah.
It may both be a loss, but it's still a huge gap.
Yeah, let's see what IG-19 is going to be able to do at this kickoff. He's just going to clear it from the center and put it right on the Joe side of the court, setting himself up for a little bit of a weird aerial play. However, not enough boost to complete it, it looks like. And Frog Boy is going to be in possession on an open
there it is.
goal.
Huge shot there.
Yeah.
From Frog Boy, finding the space he needs to. Again, that's one of the big things is recognizing the openings that you have, the holes in the defense.
Yeah.
And when there's only one player, there's a lot of holes because you can only cover one spot at a time.
Yeah.
Frog Boy is very masterfully doing.
Like I said, stuff like this, where if you miss that ball off of a kickoff like that, I mean, you're at a pretty big disadvantage because you have to scramble back to your own goal to try to defend it. Frog Boy setting himself up to defend the ball from IG-19 there and score the goal himself. It is
Over the top there.
now in the favor of the Joes for game 3. Again, this is a best of 1 for this last game. And the Joes being up a point with a little over a minute left on the clock, I'd be scared right now if I was the single pro left to defend the title of going undefeated at Pros versus Joes.
And we do have the no boost coming in here. This is terrible. Isaac won't have any ability to speedily move around the Joes here. Won't be able to wrap his way around up towards the ceiling and shoot from the sky. Only 1 minute left, popping it up into the air away from Isaac. He can't really get up there. He has to drive towards the walls and try to jump for it. Shot on goal will be defended by Frog Boy. Is there. Keeping check, not letting him do anything. Huge demo there. Pushing up. He has it.
Demo him.
Frog Boy scores it. That's got to be frustrating.
Yeah.
That's got to be frustrating. And here come the no jumps as well. All at the end here.
Yeah,
Throwing in the
Isaac
donations.
not really able to control his car like he was at the start of the game. And he can't do that now for essentially the rest of the game. So he's going to have these 40 seconds to try to score 2 goals and then maybe in overtime come up with something. But if I were the Joes right now, I'd be feeling pretty comfortable. However, he
don't know.
got a goal like that.
Don't let
Took him
the
7
donations
seconds.
stop now.
Yeah, hold on. He might be cooking still, actually.
Joes need something big here. Joes need
Yeah.
something to happen.
I mean, 30 seconds and just 1 score or 1 goal to tie up the score line. I mean, I'd be pretty scared.
Hiker
However,
J though.
Hiker J,
He's not there.
right at the start, and knowing Jason, he's pretty excited over that one. He's probably unleashing some trash talk in the room right now.
Oh, there's got to be some screaming.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Isaac has got to be frustrated at that
Yeah.
one. No boost. He can't get up there to defend those. What a shot there.
That's the thing is, with the way that Rocket League spawns work, sometimes
Isaac misses it and gets
they're just gonna
demoed.
demo him.
Spawns back in, but he's there. Oh, barely misses off the crossbar. Isaac has an open net.
What is he gonna be able to do with it? No boost,
If he
but
puts
he
it
can't
in-
jump.
Almost 6-7.
Yeah. So what we saw Isaac doing there actually is, if you don't know, by doing those double jumps, you're allowing yourself to build up speed, and with that speed, it kind of matches that of the boost speed that you would get. So that's why he was able to just make it there so fast. But 18 seconds left to have Isaac score a goal here to tie it up and take it into overtime. Let's see what he's going to be able to do.
I'm so impressed by how Isaac is going to do it. It comes down to it. He knows he's got to put it in to trigger the overtime. That might make it only 5 seconds left on the clock. Time's ticking down. He's got to get there and pop it up into the air. It's going to be close. It's up. It's maybe down. Pops off the wall. Still up. He does have his boost back. Going for an aerial. Can he get there in time? I don't think so. It pops down. Joe's will take it. Game 3, that'll be huge. I thought Isaac almost would have something there for a second, but he manages to pull it off. There it is. Joe's win it.
Yeah, final score.
Joe's win it. We'll take it. And again, that's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Very solid game there from Isaac and from the Joes.
Yeah.
Just say we saw Frog Boy coming in clutch, but we did see Jason out here getting a goal.
Yeah.
Unexpected, not gonna lie, but a very happy, a happy thing to see.
Well, that is going to be it on the stream side of things for Pros versus Joes. Thank you everybody who tuned in to the Twitch to watch live. It is greatly appreciated, and thank you to everybody who stopped by Student Life today as well. The turnout was great.
Really quick.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody who's come down and watched the games. Who want to stick around for the interview? That would be greatly appreciated. We'll see.
I don't know. I think we're not doing the interview here.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just gonna wrap up stream here.
Again,
Yep.
yeah. Well, then there you go. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you
everyone
to
stopping
everybody
by.
who donated. Again, it's for a very good cause. So,
Of course.
having a lot of fun out here.
Yeah, I hope that you guys had just as much fun as we did casting this event, that you did attending it. Congratulations to all the winners of the raffles as well. Enjoy your prizes. Final score of 2 to the Pros, 1 to the Joes. Again, it's just the fact that the Joes got one. Oh, I think we have time for an interview.
The really quick interview.
All right, we got a really quick interview.
We have just enough time for a quick donation
Right,
right
we might
at
have
the
Isaac
end.
come in here as
We'll
well.
scoot
Yeah.
in.
So
We'll scoot in.
I
Scoot in really
guess
close.
just to start here, how do you feel about that last game?
We controlled it from the start. We wanted to do was we wanted to lull Isaac into like a soft, like he was gonna win, and then I really held it back. But then they finally said, "Hiker J, light that candle," and I just went at it. Yeah, did you see that goal?
You found that fire.
Winning goal. Yeah, it
That was
was pretty amazing. I didn't feel good about humbling Isaac that much, but when it comes down to it, when you're a competitor like me, you just go for the win.
Yeah.
Yep.
Win's a win.
Yep.
No holding it back at the end there.
No, not one bit.
I don't think anyone was holding back at the end.
Not a
that was
thing.
just an out skill moment there.
Right. I mean, he thought he owned the air.
No.
That was his game in the beginning, and we, as a captain, I let everybody know that. So we adjusted, and we took the air right out of him.
Yeah.
It was like the British World War II. We just own the air.
There you go. Owned the air.
Yep.
Absolutely. Any counterpoints from Isaac?
Yeah, let's have Isaac come in here.
Listen, we're gonna first off saying here, it was a great match, and
You want to scoot in?
one of the hardest things was at the beginning. It was I took the air and it was easy. And then the no boost came. Then the no jump came, and I couldn't do anything. I'm sitting there getting demoed 3 times, and I'm getting scored on. And then I'm also getting trash talk from the other team saying, "We own the air." I'm like, yo, what's happening?
Pure death from above.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a chance there at the end. Just didn't get the touch I wanted, and
It's very close.
Yeah,
I saw it
So-
going up for the aerial there.
yeah.
For the aerial.
It was close, and man, am I a little disappointed? Absolutely, but you know what? It was a good game, and I'm glad to be part of it.
Very much solid stuff. Solid stuff. It
Thanks
was a
again
great
for
game to
your
watch.
time, yeah.
That's for sure. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
he actually had us pretty scared until about halfway. We were like, "What's going on?" But I got my feet under me. And,
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely, great team play. I don't know.
Was it great team play or great money spending?
Well,
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. You gotta have a little help. You gotta have a little help.
when you look at the stats, did we really need Frogboy? Did we need his 5 goals?
No,
Questionable.
that's for the spectator to say.
There you go.
for sure.
That's what that is.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for your time in the interviews.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Appreciate
And thank you very much, everybody, for coming down around the Student Life Center or for anybody who tuned into the Twitch, it was an absolute joy to have everybody down.
For sure.
Hanging out in the Student Life Center, engaging with esports a little bit. Thank you for all of the Joes who came out and volunteered their time, as well as the pros took time out of their busy day to come down and hang out with us. So thank you very much.
Yes.
That's all we got. Thank you to First for letting us do this. Thank you very much. That'll be all. I'm Andrew.
And it's been Trevor.
And it's been an absolute joy casting for you. Have a good rest of your day.
I'm not made for this. I'm not made for this. I'm not made for this. Don't make sense of it. I'm not made for this. Don't make sense of it.